Hey, good morning, church. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. So as you know, we are studying through the book of Psalms, and we are into Psalms 23 today. So yesterday, Brother Bob shared out of Psalm 22, and in my Bible, the title of Psalm 22 is From Suffering to Praise. And now, like Bob said yesterday, it's more, the Psalm 22 is kind of a darker, it's out of the mindset of being in a trial, being in suffering, and what David wrote 22 and 23, and what David is going through, and his mindset, his point of view is going into from a trial into praising. It's now into Psalm 23, and you get this whole new perspective. It's only 6 verses, but if you really like dig in there and read and study it, you see how amazing and just awesome, and like how Brother Bob described yesterday, blessed and reassuring it is. So if we want to go ahead and jump on into Psalm 23. Now, when you read it, you really could just read these 6 verses and be done, right? The Lord is my shepherd; there's nothing I lack. He lets me down. Lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right paths for His name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for You are with me. Your rod and Your staff, they comfort me. So that's just the first 4 verses. But when you go to like study and read through this, you could just read the 6 verses and be like, okay, I'm done. God is good. I'm done. Right? Check it off the list. But you really start diving in and looking back behind you into chapter 22, going into chapter 23. The very first verse of chapter 22 says, my God, why have You forsaken me? Why are You so far from my deliverance and from my words of groaning?" So that's David. He's in a trial. He's hurting. He's suffering. He's wanting God to come help and fix it now, and God's stepping back, letting David go through this. And then we get into Psalm 23. I don't know how much time passed between 22 and 23, but then you see David go into this. The Lord is my shepherd; there's nothing I lack. So he's starting off the last chapter saying, God, why come help me? And then going into 23, starting it off with, there is nothing I lack. God, You are amazing. You are helping me. There's nothing I don't have that I need, and I need everything that I have. So, it's just the perspective going from 22 terrible in a trial to 23 praising and saying, God, You are amazing. Keep going into verse 2. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right paths for His name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for You are with me. Your rod and Your staff, they comfort me. So, that the verses 1 through 4 is really talking about, how God is preparing, or how God is providing for you and really helping you out. And then going into verse 5 and 6, it says, You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. So first of all, we'll just stop right there and say God is giving, my cup overflows. God is giving you more than enough. He's giving you everything you ever need. Keep going in verse 6. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue me all the days of my life. And this is the kicker. I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. That statement right there is so amazing that, that is salvation. I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. Salvation, and you're saved. He's saved, and He's pushing it. He's saying, God, You are in my house. You provide for me. This is for You. Everything I have is for You. I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. So hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys read through it and get something different out of it. So hope you guys have a great day. God bless.